Hey everybody, this is our second review video for today. We're going to look into, again, finding slope from graphs and writing the equation. So when you are given a graph, these graphs don't have points on them. I'm going to teach you how to make those points. We have to find two things. We need the slope and we need the y-intercept. And when it says to write an equation, it's looking for slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. And remember that m represents the slope and b is your y-intercept. So we're going to start with this graph right up here, and I'm going to zoom in on it so you can see it a little better. Alright, and here's what we have here. We've got a graph with a linear line. We know it's linear because it's straight. Okay, and we're always going to start with the y-axis. Now remember, your y-axis is your vertical axis that runs up and down. So this is my y. So in order to find your points, first you're going to start with your y. You're going to take your finger or your marker and you're going to run it down the y-axis till it touches this line. So when I do that, I see that it touches right there. And it touches right there, and that gives me my y-intercept of 1. Okay, that gives me my first ordered pair. Now, when we make a line, that line is made up of multiple dots that we cannot see. Okay, so technically when I go over 1, here's a dot here. However, if you notice, this dot's in between two boxes, and I can't really count how much we went up and over because I don't really know where it falls in between those two boxes. So we can't use this point. We're looking for a point that falls perfectly on a four-way intersection. Therefore, I can count a whole box. So then I'm going to go over to 2, and I'm going to put a dot here. Now notice that this dot, I'm going to color it in orange so you can see it, falls in between the four-way intersection. So I can use that dot. So once I've plotted my two dots, so we're going to find the y-intercept. Then you're going to find the second dot. Now you're going to find the slope. To find the slope, remember, it is rise over run. So we're going to start from our leftmost point. We're going to rise 1, and we're going to run 2. Because we're wanting to make that right triangle, we can only walk on the lines, and you've got to start from your leftmost point. So when I do that, notice I went up 1 full box. And I went over 2 full boxes. Therefore, my slope is up 1, rise 1, run 2. Now from there, we're going to write our equation. And our equation needs to be in y equals mx plus b form. So to do this, everything starts with y equals. The x is going to stay. And we're going to fill in the rest. Well, here's my slope, and this is my y-intercept. So I'm going to plug my slope in here. So I have 1/2 x, and then I'm going to plug my y-intercept here. Since that's a positive 1, we're going to put plus 1. And there's my equation for that graph. Alright, now I'm going to move to the second one. Now, we're going to start with our y-intercept. I'm going to start up here. I'm going to run down. And in this case, it doesn't really cross through because they're only giving me quadrant 1. So we notice that it touches right here, and this is going to be the origin. That's 0 of quadrant 1. Then I'm going to go through, I'm going to put a dot. I can't use that dot. He's not perfectly on a line. He's getting a lot closer, but still not there. And at 4, if you notice, that dot falls perfectly on an intersection. So I'm going to go from my orange to my big blue dot. When I do that, I'm going to go up and I'm going to run over. Okay, now so my y-intercept we found was 0. And my slope is going to be up 1 box over 4 boxes. Now, this one's a little particular, okay, and bear with me on this one. When I say we went up 1 box, you notice that every box is worth 3 points. So we're going to convert this. So really, I went up 3. Notice that that is still increasing by 1s, so it converts to 3/4. Okay? Then what we're going to do is y equals x. Those always stay the same. Slope is going to go here, so we have 3/4. And then we're going to add a plus 0, or you can just write it as y equals 3/4 x. I'll accept either of those. Right, now we're coming over to our last one. If you want, go ahead and pause this video and try it on your own. And then you can always come back and check your work. I'm going to start with my y-intercept. I'm going to go down. This one is also at the origin. And then I'm going to go through. This dot, remember, is not perfectly on a line. However, this dot is. So now I'm going to rise, and I'm going to run. So my slope is 1 box, 2 box, 3 boxes over 2 boxes. Now I'm going to check and make sure these are going up by 1. So that is 2 indeed. However, these are going up by 3. I went up 3 boxes times 3. That is going to be a 9. When I write my equation, y equals x. Your slope is 9 over 2. Leave it improper. That's okay. Plus 0. Alright guys, so that is how we find slope from a graph and write the equations with a increase of a different number or just by increasing by 1. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Use these videos that I've posted today to help you through your quiz tomorrow. Pull out your notes tomorrow on your quiz if you need it. And email me if you have any questions. And again, remember, I can always Zoom tutor with you.